Now with all the XXL activities coming to an end, I'm pretty sure all of us as the general consensus then jump into the conclusion that this year was pretty bad. What led to it being pretty bad? Because there's a lot to talk about when it comes to XXL, more specifically this year. What's up everyone, this is DanG's, and in this vid I'm pretty much going to give my overall thoughts of what happened with this year's XXL and their credibility moving forward, because there's a lot to talk about regarding this year, and the general consensus has been saying these last couple of years have been pretty bad. And I've been defending the last couple years, but this year, I just straight up can't. It's just bad overall, and I'm just gonna explain why. So for the two people who have no idea what I'm talking about, basically the XXL freshman class is pretty much a yearly thing in rap where XXL picked 10 people, well, 11 people in this year's case, 11 up-and-coming rappers who pretty much on the come up or quote unquote next up in XXL eyes. And these artists that XXL pick, they are supposed to go mainstream or next up in the mainstream, right? And based off my tone of voice, it hasn't been like that these last couple of years, and this year it looks like the literal prime example of that. Now before I give more of my thoughts, let's look at the roster of this year's list, which consists of Lay Banks, Maya the Don, Big X the Plug, Honcho, Skilla Baby, Cash Cobain, Rich and Mary, Boss Man, D-Lo, and Scarlet. And I missed that Mexican OT. Pretty much, my point still stands as when I first seen the list. This list is very questionable. Like half of the rappers on here I'm cool with and I expected, like Honcho, Skilla Baby, Lay Banks, Big X. But then there's the randoms, well not randoms, people I'm looking sideways like Scarlet, Rich Amiri, Forbes, and Maya the Don. They could have been replaced by anybody else. First off, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Where the hell is Beast? Like literally, that was the main person I wanted to see on the list besides Lay Banks, and yes, I am being deadass about that too. Cause he could have went up there and said an old song verse that not a lot of his fans remember. Like he could have went up there and said, "Them balls ain't gonna steal the sale." He could have hit him with a self verse or something, and that would have been 100% valid whatsoever than whatever this list was. Oh, and this year Caribou was crazy as well. Even though I think Caribou was pretty trash, but they would have been better representations for the female rappers than what we got. Hell, I'd say OT7 Quantity non-dropping ass would have been a better representation for this year's list than half of the people on here. That's not the main issue I have with this year. Like, yeah, the options are not the best, but it ain't the first time this happened in XXL history. And plus, I don't work for XXL, you don't work for XXL watching this video most likely. You can't please everyone at the end of the day. My main issue is the overall execution feeling, I wouldn't say rush, just all over the place. Off the elephant in the room here, the freestyles, more specifically Honcho freestyle.
I deserve it, I make it worth some, I don't care what you're worth.
Nigga, big yam face.
I'm not even a fan of bro music by any means, but I felt embarrassed for some reason, cause it's one thing to skip out of a freestyle cypher. Hell, it's pretty much expected at this rate. I'd be more surprised if everybody on the freshman list in the future decides to do every activity that isn't the ABCs. Like, we clearly seen that bro did a freestyle with auto-tune, by the way, in the trailer, and as the time of this recording, it is not and most likely never going to be released, and the ciphers are out by now, so yeah, we can kiss that Honcho freestyle goodbye. But it does make me wonder, did Honcho hit up XXL the minute the trailers dropped, because everybody was bidding on that man for having auto-tune on a freestyle, which is still devious. We already seen 2 R&B singers use a damn choir, which is, that shit is cheating. that shit is 100% cheating. Y'all can't convince me otherwise. But auto-tune is just straight up devious. I ain't think that a choir would be outbeaten by auto-tune acapella, but here we are. That man was confident enough to do it. I don't see why they ain't drop it, but since we on the topic of freestyles, the ones that did drop, my god, just wow. One thing I'll give last year XXL, I got some enjoyment out of it because some of the freestyles were laughably bad, but this year, some of them were just straight up hard to watch. Like, no bullshit, I'm picking Too Rare freestyle over anybody this year. If we talking about pure enjoyment rise, which make Huncho not dropping a freestyle this year 10 times worse. Because only 3 people had a solid freestyle in my opinion this year. Out of 9, since him and 4Bets, to little to nobody's surprise, skipped out. I'm not saying Huncho would have spazzed, probably not based off them 10 seconds we witnessed. And most likely it would have been better than Bitch I'm Married and Cash Cobain freestyle, which isn't hard to do at all. So them dropping the freestyle, yeah, it would have sparked up some conversations, but at least we would have got something compared to everything else that stood out. Speaking of Cash Cobain and Bitch I'm Married, the next thing I want to talk about is the artists themselves seem like they don't care about XXL as time goes on more and more. And those two are the prime example of what I mean with this year list. Cash Cobain did the activities this year, but it just seemed like he came in to do some bullshit, and I don't know about y'all, but I personally like Cash Cobain music, even though yeah, it's grippy. He exists. He one of the people that was actually on my prediction list and I wanted to see personally. If you listen to Cash Cobain music, you clearly can tell that that man has no substance at all. So my expectations was very low. And even then my expectations was shattered like it was a new fucking DLC for King of Fighters. He did way worse than I expected, to the point he gave us a heads up in advance when the trailer dropped that, hey, my freestyle was pretty bad and he doesn't care at all. He didn't even let it drop yet. It was the day of the trailer and he straight up said that, yeah, my freestyle was pretty bad. So that shows how much he cared about this year's list. I'm not expecting Cash Cobain of all people to go lyrical, spiritual or nothing, but like, bro, have some confidence here. Some of you I seen on my timeline when the person asks, oh, how he felt about being a XXL freshman, and he just responded with, it's just XXL.
I respect their craft, you know what I'm saying? So,
how did you prepare for the freestyle? I just gotta know.
I just didn't prepare for it at all.
He said, I just didn't.
Nah, I just didn't.
You just showed up.
Yeah, I just showed up.
And you thought you was going off the head.
It's XXL. It ain't like, you know, it ain't like, you know. You know what I'm talking about. It ain't like that, you know what I'm saying?
Like, I understand, yeah, it's not that good as it used to be, but at the end of the day, XXL is an established hip-hop media outlet. We pay attention to the list every year. No matter how much I want to say this is the worst list every year, the whole point is to get to know the artist. Whether you think they deserve a spot or not, that's a debate for itself. Me personally, I hate it when I see someone say that, oh, this is the worst list of all time every year, because there was actually some solid lists in recent times, specifically in my opinion 2020 and 2023. I don't mind those, but this year I just can't defend it at all. And Bitch I'm Married is one of the main reasons why. You one of them, bitch! You know what I mean? But you mean to tell me that one of the worst rappers on the list this year walked out on the building? It's one thing to tell them in advance that, hey, I don't want to do a cypher, and cool. At least they know ahead of time that it's very common. Like I said earlier, I hate that it is, but at the end of the day, like I said, I don't work for XXL, I can't change that. But to walk away and be fully confident in your decision is fucking devious. It just looks worse on XXL and more than Rich and Mary, because his fan base, well, let me not say fan base, the people that pay attention to him, they don't care about XXL at all. And he's still on the list regardless with that whack ass freestyle. If it was up to me personally, I'm removing Rich and Mary. And like I said, I'm removing Rich and Mary instantly if that man decided to walk out and spit a bunch of nonsense. Like, bro wanna act all cool like a damn fake demon and shit. Your music don't even back up you acting cool, so you can get that ass man low tier god style. Fuck out of here. First, I didn't understand the Rich and Mary hate. Yeah, I don't like this music, all jokes aside, cause it sounds like he can't even get his words out. But the production makes up for it, I'll give him that. But since, like I said, he want to act like a fake demon at people's establishments, I understand why people hate him, man. I'm just saying. In the industry, and who can put him in a bigger light than the underground. Like, yeah, he's one of the bigger underground artists right now, but like, there's gonna be more people. If I ask like 5 people outside right now, do y'all know who Rich Amiri is? They're gonna say no and look at me like I'm dumb. Like, yeah, more people might know who you are, but it's not gonna be for anything good. First, the bonding allegations. Now you walking out of XXL. On top of that, you make ass music. That's 3 strikes, you're out. Two wrongs don't, actually 3 wrongs don't make a right. And now that I've got my thoughts on this year XXL, the future of XXL is terrible unless they do some changes. And no, I'm not talking about what Lucky was talking about a few days ago regarding the freestyles and ciphers, cause I don't even know what he was implying with that. Like he makes any good music.
Hey, I'm about to delete this because it's not my business. But look, hey, the fact XXL could get mad that somebody don't want to do that freestyle, that they just like that aware, like, oh yeah, this shit not gonna go out like the best way for me. Like, bro, it's 2024. The fact they still got the format the same as it was in like 2013, that's how you know they like XXL kind of in it just for like the the engagement part now, you know what I'm saying? Because they know like the freestyle is going to be the most viral part. Like, it's 2024. Niggas don't even record music the same way. Shit, fuck record. Niggas don't even consume music the same way they was in 2013. So the fact that you make like these young artists go up there and like freestyle and then gotta have a freestyle on any beat to something that they don't got already, because nobody even do that in the first place. Like, it's not no fucking young Nasir from Queens gonna pop up. Like, it's no lyrical geniuses. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is, but people don't even care about the lyrics. Like, so the fact that they still got them doing that is you obviously setting them up for failure. Like, it's 2024. If they want people to care about the freshman list, they gonna change the freshman list to get like in times with the fucking like the times.
But I do agree when he said changes need to be made though. Just not the ones he was. That I'm thinking is the first one being not letting already mainstream names on the list. Now y'all might be thinking and looking at me like, man, what do you possibly mean by that? I'm talking about if someone already has mainstream attention before XXL season comes out with the list, don't let them on the list. For example, Glorilla, Central C, and Fort Bets. You see the pattern here? These 3 already had a mainstream attention outside of XXL prior to being on the list. And you know what they did during their time on XXL? Literally nothing. So I feel like those type of rappers in question shouldn't be in the list. And give it to someone up and coming that don't have that attention yet, which is the whole point of XXL. My second choice would be drop the freestyles all in 1 week. I don't know if y'all noticed, but this year class freestyles took so long to come out just to not be worth it at all. Like, there's no reason why. This list came out on June 24th. Just to have the freestyles and ciphers come out a whole month when 8 out of the 11 people on the list did the main activities for real. Like, if we're gonna wait for something that long, why only 3 out of the 8 people did something valid? And the last thing that I would change, instead of ciphers, because people clearly have a problem with doing those, I'd say try to do the same format of having different rappers in the same facility, right? But in a form of an actual song. Since it gives the people who aren't familiar with XXL artists, give them a little sample pretty much, right? If like in their normal habitat, instead of them doing a cipher where they're not gonna sound the best. Like, some people can rap about a story, some people can depend on auto-tune, others can't. So y'all get where I'm going with this, I hope. Maybe someone in the XXL office might run into this, I'm highly doubt it, but who knows. All I'm gonna say is, XXL, y'all gotta do a lot better if y'all gonna continue this freshman list, man. But if not, y'all gotta wrap this up. I look forward to as a hip-hop fan every year, but as more is more, it just get embarrassing. And this year, y'all dropped the ball badly to the point I don't even think y'all should continue anymore. It's been a cool 17 years in the making, but it just don't hit the same though anymore. From lackluster performances, people turning down a list and possibly doing better afterwards. And some people just show up and don't even do anything. So what is the point anymore, man? If y'all made it this far, I greatly appreciate it. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Did y'all agree or disagree with my takes? Let me know. I would genuinely like to know y'all thoughts. This is Aunt G's, and take care.